Hello, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host. Just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona, and hopefully today with our bets, your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Tuesday, March 4th, we've got a monster slate in college and NBA basketball today, so we're going to get right to it. 6 o'clock Eastern time, Georgia's visits South Carolina. South Carolina, one of the bottom feeders in the SEC, but only a 1-point dog at home against Georgia. Reason being, Georgia has not been fantastic on the road. But we are still going to take Georgia in this one. We'll take South Carolina has just been that bad this year. Georgia money line first half. Georgia money line for the game. Next game up, we'll get into that 7 o'clock Eastern window. Rutgers at Purdue. If you followed us, the last time Rutgers played, we told you they have been fantastic as a dog, horrible as a favorite. They continued as they almost damn near upset Michigan at Michigan. This time they're at Purdue. This line's actually moved in favor of Rutgers as well. It went from 10.5 where we grabbed it to 11.5, so you get even more points with them. I know Purdue's good at home, but for Rutgers, for some reason, can seem to, with those two diaper dandies that are going to be top 5 picks in the draft with Bailey and Harper, they seem to get the job done more than most times covering the number for us. So we're going to take Rutgers plus 5.5 first half, 10.5 for the game. We also sprinkled a little bit on Rutgers money line first half and game. Next game up for us, LSU, Kentucky at Rupp Arena, 7 o'clock Eastern time in that one as well. Kentucky favored by 12.5. One of the bottom two teams in the SEC. We mentioned South Carolina earlier. LSU's the other one. Kentucky has not been dominant Kentucky of years past. They can score a lot of points. They don't play much defense. That seems to be a common theme amongst the last few years. But they haven't been able to close out games in some spots. They should be able to close out LSU. LSU's really only put up a fight too much at home. So give us Kentucky minus 6.5 first half and minus 12.5 for the game. There's a lot of other good games there at 7 o'clock window. Creighton, Seton Hall. Seton Hall plus the points doesn't sound too bad. North Carolina, Virginia Tech as well at that time slot. Let's see here as we scroll through getting to our next game here. At 8 o'clock Eastern time, though, we really like this one. Texas at Mississippi State. Now, Mississippi State has had one issue for the most of the season, and that's been able to score. Defensively, they're pretty strong. They seem to move the ball well. Just sometimes they can go extremely cold from the hoop. Texas can do the same thing. We like Texas in this spot plus the points. Not necessarily maybe to win this game outright, but do like them plus the points here. So Texas plus 4 the first half, plus 7.5 for the game. Next game up, Baylor, TCU. TCU at home seems to make shots, and that is the difference that we think we're going to find in this game. They're getting 3.5 at home from Baylor, 139.5 total. This game at 8 o'clock Eastern time as well. We're actually going to take TCU money line here, a little stretch. Money line first half and money line for the game. I think they just make some shots tonight. Normally, like I said, they do make shots at home, and that should be the difference there. So then we get to the 9 o'clock Eastern games. Auburn, number 1 team in the country and the best team. They're going to be the number 1 overall seed. They've already locked up the SEC, so I don't know if they really have a ton to play for here going to College Station in Texas A&M. Therefore, we took Texas A&M does have a lot to play for, so we were all over A&M. I know it was 5.5 last night. It's down to 4.5. We played money line here. We're going to take a little bit of a gamble and get some plus money. Texas A&M money line first half and money line for the game. Next game up, BYU, Iowa State. Iowa State finally showed up big last time at home after that horrible road trip when they were missing people left and right. This game also 9 o'clock Eastern time in Ames. They're favored by 9.5 this spot, and it's went from 8.5 to 9.5. Until the line gets to 10.5, then I might have to question laying off that game. But give me Iowa State minus 4.5 first half and minus 8.5 for the game. Another interesting game that same time frame, Indiana, Oregon. We didn't play it. Thinking about, but laying only 6.5 with Oregon at home against Indiana is not a bad spot either. Syracuse and SMU. So Syracuse against some of the weaker competition in the ACC, and there's a lot of it this year. They fared okay. They've been good at home. They've been able to cover the number against some of the bigger teams as well. SMU, though, at home is a different animal. We're going to take, they're laying 12.5 here, but we're going to still take them. SMU minus 6.5 first half and minus 12.5 for the game. Then we are still searching around. Here we go. 10 o'clock Eastern time. Arkansas, Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt has been a monster for us all season long. They are actually laying points in a game here. It's 7.5 in this one, but they are at home. In Arkansas, if they could shoot any worse, I don't know. They were horrible in the last game. Vandy figures out ways to win and close out games and cover, which is even the bigger part here. So give us Vandy in this spot. We're going to take Vandy -4 in the first half, -7.5 for the game. We'll get on to the NBA slate, which is loaded as well tonight. 7:10 Eastern time. Couple games going off there. We'll start Raptors Magic. Raptors getting 7.5 on the road at the Magic. Look at the total in this game, folks. 208. I guess we're expecting a barn burner there in Orlando. Probably not. We're going to stay away from side and total here because we can't put trust in either team. And to be really honest, 208 is such a low total that all it takes is like one good shooting quarter and they'll probably clip it. But give us Emmanuel Quickley under 18.5 points, under 2.5 threes, and also Quickley under 4.5 points first quarter. Next game up, also 7:10 Eastern time. Rockets played the Thunder pretty tough last night. Obviously, SGA kind of took that thing over, got 50-plus points. They still covered first quarter, first half, and game in that one, as they pretty much took care of business in the first quarter and first half. And then, they still covered the game. They were getting 9.5. They only lost by 9. They're getting 3.5 here with the Pacers. The Pacers are pretty good at home, but I think the Rockets are a much better overall team. I understand a back-to-back, the second half of a back-to-back, but give us Rockets +1 in the first quarter, +2 first half, +3.5 for the game. Jalen Green, we go back to, again, 24-plus points, 30-plus points, 3+ threes, 4+ threes, and 5+ threes for Jalen. 9+ assists for Halliburton in that one there. Next game up, Warriors-Knicks, 7:30 Eastern time. Game at Madison Square Garden. Warriors getting 4.5 to 5, depending on what time you got it at. 227.5 total. Warriors were a little lackluster in their win on the last one. Guys weren't scoring like crazy. I tell you what's going on here, though, is this Knicks team is just one of those teams you can't kind of figure out. And mainly when Mikal Bridges plays like junk, that's normally when they struggle quite a bit. If he's hitting some threes, that opens up Brunson and Towns even more. But just a couple player props. Bridges under 15.5 points. Moses Moody under 12.5 points in that one. Next game up, 7:40 Eastern time. Bucks-Hawks. Hawks come off that unbelievable win with Dyson Daniels getting the steal, getting it down to Caris LeVert, beating the Grizzlies. Bucks have been, Giannis seems like he's pretty much all the way back. After a couple games of minutes restriction, finally busted out for 30 points on this one. Bucks favored by 6 at Atlanta. Just player props for us in this one as well. Giannis, 30-plus points. Dyson Daniels, he leads the league in steals. If you're not aware, 3+ steals. And give us Trae Young for 3+ threes. Most of the time, he struggled over the last one. 4+ threes and 5+ threes is where he's at. But you can get him pretty good money at 3+ threes. Next game up, Cavs-Bulls. 8:10 Eastern time. Cavs go to Chicago. Cavs obviously been the best team in the East. Bulls, nobody knows what they are. They don't know what they are. They seem to be searching. They're either going to, make the play-in and lose the first game or be in the lottery. Bulls getting 12.5 at home. And the total in this game, 242.5 at some spots. It's already raised to 243 at a couple other books. We like the total in this one. We're going to go over here. Is the Cavs love to score, especially since some of these underwhelming teams out there. Cavs Bulls over 59.5 first quarter, 118 first half, 242.5 for the game. Josh Giddey, 17+ points. He's been a pretty consistent scorer since being with the Bulls. DeAndre Hunter, the new addition for the Cavs, they've definitely been feeding him 15+ points and then 3+ threes. Next game up, 8:10 Eastern time as well. 76ers T-Wolves. I don't know if Maxey's going to play tonight. There wasn't any player props for him. T-Wolves and the 76ers, I don't expect a ton of scoring here, and I expect the Timberwolves to get up and kind of sit some guys as well. 221.5 total, and we're playing the under, and this one's what we like. Under 57.5 first half, 114 for the 57.5 first quarter, 114 first half, 221.5 for the game. Ant-Man under 29.5 points, under 3.5 threes. Next game up, Nets Spurs. Who is tanking more? I don't want to say the Spurs are trying to tank, but there's not any really reason for them to win either with Wemby being out for the season. Spurs favored by 3.5 at home, 227.5 total. Couple player props for us only in this one. De'Aaron Fox, under 34.5 par, under 2.5 threes. 10 o'clock Eastern time, Clippers, Suns. Clippers, obviously, they're still kind of feeling their way through Kawhi getting back as well. Doesn't look like Norman Powell's going to play possibly in that one. Suns are getting 2.5 at home, but the Suns have been so god-awful. I don't know how you could even with the points, how you feel good about it. 224 total. I might look to the under in this game as well, but we do like the Clippers in this spot. Clippers -0.5 first quarter, 1.5 first half, 2.5 for the game. Kawhi under 24.5 points. Booker under 2.5 threes. Harden, which we normally bet over turnovers every day. The Suns don't turn anybody over. So under 3.5 turnovers for Harden in that one as well. And then the late game, 10:40 Eastern time, Pelicans, Lakers. Obviously, Lakers have moved up to virtually a 2 seed in the West. They've been fire. Luka, the last couple games, he's getting his legs underneath him a little bit. Kind of shocked that the Lakers are only 8.5 point favorite. Thought this might be a little bit higher in this one. 228.5 total. Give us the Lakers -2.5 first quarter, 4.5 first half, 8.5 for the game. Luka for 29 plus points. Make sure you shop that around. Some books are basically you got to go over 29.5. There is over 28.5s out there. Luka 4+ threes and Zion 4+ turnovers in that one. All right, so we just went through a ton of bets. How do we get a chance to take a look at all those bets? No problem at all. We've got them posted in multiple spots online, TikTok, YouTube, channel pages, as well at the end of every episode on YouTube. It's a link to our Google Sheet, docs.google.com/spreadsheet. A bunch of other stuff behind it. Click on that link. Once you do, you'll go to the basketball 2024-2025 tab. Once you do that, scroll down to March 4th. You'll be able to see all of the bets, what juice we got those at, how many units we wagered, what book we placed them at as well. As we're a volume show, you need to check those out so you can see all the bets that we placed. Also, do you like the content that you're seeing here? We'd love to have you along for the ride. All you need to do is hit follow or subscribe, depending on the social media platform you're watching us on, and we'll show up in your follow or subscriptions tab, or make life simple for yourself. Turn on notifications for that social media platform. You'll get a notification sent to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free has dropped a new episode of Bets. Also, would you like to get all this information early and get ahead of the line moves, juice moves? We do have a private Discord channel available. Yes, it is a few bucks a month. Subscribe to us through TikTok. Then we will send you the Discord link and invite. Once you get on there, you will get everything. There's well over 100 people on there as well in this community, throwing back ideas, tickets, stuff like that. It's a sport. I mean, we talking sports all the time on the channel, along with the sports wagering as well. So whether you're new to it, been doing it for a while, you just need some help getting everything straight, feel free to join up. Like I said, subscribe to us through TikTok at Sports Bets for Free. Then we'll send you that Discord invite as well. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.